Crack it. Happy Monday.
It's Monday.
You feeling motivated?
I will be after this.
You will be after this. All right, well, it is Thanksgiving week coming up this Thursday. And today we're going to be talking about how to keep crushing your goals through the holidays so that Monday, December 2nd, you don't feel like you just got hit by a bus and you don't even know what end is up, which can kind of happen sometimes. Which I'm going to start. And this is going to be a little throwback, so we'll see if you remember where this is from. What chains do you have right now that you're going to try not to break this week? Things that you're linking together.
Dang, that's a good question. I know I recognize it, but I can't place it. Go.
Okay. Well, we did Atomic Habits. I think that was like the second or third book we did this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, don't break the chain. Try to keep your habit streak alive. Never miss twice. So if you know your chain is going to get broken one day, don't let it turn into 2 days. Don't let it turn into 3 days. And that's really what I've spent like this past weekend and today, especially for my personal training clients and just everyone in the gym, is trying to get that message across that we can still enjoy the week we have coming up. But that doesn't mean we need to break all of our chains. So for me, some chains that I try to link together are nutrition. So I try to eat clean every day, get some protein, drink enough water, get enough sleep, work out every day. It could be a million things depending on who you are. So just trying not to let any breaks in those happen more than 1, maybe 2 days, but definitely don't let it be 3 days.
Yeah, I like the way you phrased it. Like, enjoy the holidays, and still crush your goals. So it's not like, oh, we're going to be unrealistic this week and just we're going to be strict and you're going to make sure that you stay on your nutrition, you stay on your fitness, all that stuff. Like, we're going to understand that this is a time of year where you might have to break the chain once, but not every day this week because it's Thanksgiving.
Right. And it doesn't have to be everything that you've been linking together needs to break. And I sent out a newsletter to my clients this past Friday. So I'm going to share that so we can pop it up here and both take a look at it.
Cool.
How does that look?
I'm on my phone, so it's small, but...
Oh, well, that's okay. I'll read it. So 5 points. And the first one really encompasses what we were just talking about. So I know I commented this on you and Caitlin's podcast. I like saying it. Treat it like a holiday, not a holiday. So keeping our routine as close to normal as possible, leading up to, whatever the day is and the days following. So that really just means try not to break your chain more than once. And then all these points following are just talking about things that we can keep consistent, even when other things might take a back seat or might get broken over Thanksgiving or Christmas or no matter what it is.
Yeah. Well, your routine is already broken, right? So
yeah.
Do you want to keep like popping it up, popping it down as we go?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? So like your routine's already broken because kids are probably out of school if you're a parent, or the gym's only open this 3 days and then we're going running on Thursday. So like the chain's already kind of broken. And the one thing that I used to do, and like, I don't know if you were the same, is I was kind of all or nothing.
Yeah.
So if it was the holidays, I was just all in on the holidays. If it was training, I was all in on my training goals. But that doesn't work past 28, 29, right? Like you literally go all the way back to the start.
Yeah.
If you take a week or a week and a half, like some people went away like Friday and they're going to be gone until next Tuesday or something like that, School is closed for some people on Friday, and it's all different for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I used to be like, it's the holiday, I'm all in on celebrating the holiday and take a break from everything. And that doesn't work anymore, right? Like that's 5 or 10 pounds. It's going to take me 3 months to get rid of.
Yeah. And right. And so to make it more realistic, maybe you have to simplify some of your goals, or maybe create some new habits during this season that you know you can keep up with.
Mm.
A couple points I had, and this is what I really encouraged the folks I work with to do, is, you know, regardless of what we've been doing with your nutrition, let's just take it down to basics, and you're going to try to hit your protein goal every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what else you eat, because I know you're not going to have control over everything, but I know that you can probably get enough protein every day, one way or another.
Yep.
So we're just going to focus on hitting that goal and not worrying about, you know, what else is going on. I'm going to pop these back up. And the same thing along with that, if you go down to point number 4, no matter what you're planning to drink that day, because we're going to have wine, we're going to have beer, we're going to have these holiday things happening, commit to having at least 64 ounces of water. So we're not coming from a place of being super restrictive, or, you know, saying you can't have alcohol this week because that's what we've been doing. You can only drink X, Y, and Z. It's like you can have whatever you want, but at the very least, we're going to stay hydrated. At the very least, we're going to have enough protein, and we're not going to put ourselves in a place of restriction.
I like you coming at it of a place of adding things in rather than taking things away, which I think is important, right? Because it's not about like you're going to go through the holidays and try and stick to all these things. It's let's just focus on what we can do, not what we cannot do. And so putting little rules around certain things, like maybe you say, I'm only going to drink red wine if that's your thing, right? I'm not going to drink beer, wine, spirits, like, or I'm only going to drink tequila, or I'm only going to drink tequila sodas, or like just something that allows you to keep it simple, right? I think is the key to the whole holiday. And maybe it is, I'm going to have one day where I drink everything, but it's just going to be one day. Or I know in my house, the Thanksgiving is going to be celebrated for the whole weekend, and I'm just going to drink red wine that whole weekend, or I'm just going to drink tequila that whole weekend. Yeah. And I think what I would like to do, or that personally for me, is like I just have one day where it's just whatever, you know, but I keep it to that one day.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of the same way too. I know Thanksgiving I'm going to be at, you know, someone else's house. Other people are cooking. I'm not going to want to say, I can have this, I can't have that. So for me, Thanksgiving, I'm just going to eat whatever. But I do know that I can control my water and I can control my protein. So I'm going to make sure that I do those two things. And I also know that I can control, you know, the way I move. So I have some flexibility on Thanksgiving and the days after, that I can get up and go work out. So that's something that I'm not going to break. That's a chain I'm not going to break this holiday season. And something kind of cool that I wanted to share that I don't think it's in those 5 points, but going along with just getting moving every day, some of my clients are doing a family ruck on Thanksgiving because gyms aren't open. You know, you don't want to go work out in your garage all by yourself. But I challenged a couple of my clients, load up the kids in the stroller, put a heavy backpack on your husband. You can wear one as well. Take the dog. Everybody's going to go out for, you know, not the easiest walk that you could take. So little things like that. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah, that's cool. And the thing that I tell my clients too is like, go at a pace where you start to sweat a little bit. And like maybe you layer up a little bit more than you need to. And you just get a good sweat going. And just push your heart rate just a little bit. That's what you want, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And also like being outside, right? Because it does feel like sometimes when the holidays come, you're just inside the whole day, right? And like you haven't even touched the outside. Like if you know that's how your family is, then get up a little bit earlier than everybody else, which I know is hard to do on a holiday. But what if you just get up an hour earlier and just go for a walk, like, or a quick jog, but something to get outside.
And not pressure yourself to, you know, well, Oxfit's not open on Thanksgiving, and I do an Oxfit workout Monday through Friday, so I'm just going to skip this week. Something is better than nothing. Your body is going to thank you for getting up, getting some fresh air, even it's a little bit chilly, getting a little bit of a sweat. Maybe it's a long walk, maybe it's a jog, maybe it's just doing some squats and push-ups in the basement, in the driveway, whatever it is. So don't hold yourself to the standards that you hold yourself to on a random Tuesday or Thursday on any other given week.
The thing that I found with Thanksgiving is there's the 5K everywhere or turkey trot everywhere. Like even if you just sign up to that and go and walk it, it's going to make the rest of your Thanksgiving. Like if you know somebody else in your house, like someone in your family is active and you can tell them, hey, we're going to get up early, me and you, and we're going to go walk this turkey trot and we're just going to chat the whole way and just like spend time together. It's just going to be quality time that you spend with someone. You're at the house and you're going to feel better the rest of the Thanksgiving day. And they probably will too. But also, like, even if it's one or two people, you guys get some quality time together where you're doing something different, you know?
Yeah.
And it might be something that like becomes a tradition and is, you know, something that you might not ever forget with that person, right? Like, oh, I get to spend 45 minutes to an hour with my auntie or my uncle or my cousin, and we walked, and it wasn't about the medal or what time we got. It was just being together, and it makes the rest of the day feel better when you do that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I don't even know how many points that was, but let's check our list.
I'll say that was what we talked about: not breaking the chain, and then get moving. So that's 2.
Get moving. Yep. And then we've got, if you want protein to be your goal, we can try to hit protein. Like we said, we can drink enough water. And then number 5, which is a little bit more work, is trying to prep some meals ahead of time around the holidays. Because I know it's so easy. After Thanksgiving, you have all the leftovers, half a pumpkin pie laying on the counter, pastries from the day before just sitting on top of the microwave or wherever people put them. And then it just turns into a Friday, Saturday, Sunday of like picking at stuff, which makes it just even harder when that next Monday comes around to like feel like you're ready to take on the week. So maybe it's, you know, making extra servings of whatever your protein, vegetables, potatoes, whatever it is that you can put away in some meals so that you have something quick to grab. Because I know the last thing people want to do after Thanksgiving is usually cook. They just want to lay around, enjoy some time off. So if you thought ahead and you just have some of those things ready to go that don't require any work, it's going to be so much easier to make a better choice than to just, we'll just have leftover apple pie for breakfast or whatever it might be.
Yeah. Yeah. When you get in that mentality of like, you're all in on indulgence, sometimes it does become like that, right? Where it's just like, well, I'm good the rest of the year. And it's like, yeah, you can't do this for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 or 5 days of doing that means 4 or 5 days just to recover from it. And then
now you have to become 2 weeks. Yeah.
And it's Christmas.
Right.
And then it starts over again.
And that's 10 pounds you've had it, and you just, you're back to square one.
Right. So yeah, keeping those chains intact as much as you can. Friday after Thanksgiving, have those protein-focused meal preps ready to go, ready for breakfast, lunch, so that we're not making it a day 2, a day 3 of not being able to keep those habits going.
I think just like, don't be afraid to throw away some of the leftovers that don't fit your goals the next day. You know, like keep all the protein, keep all the vegetables if you're like on that kind of diet. And then the leftover pies, you already ate it. So you're not going to enjoy it the next day like you did the first day. It's just going to, if you're eating something, I think mindful eating is something that I've started to be more aware of with things like, for me, my weakness is chocolate, you know? And I noticed that sometimes I was just eating it and not even enjoying it just because it was a bad habit. And then I started being more mindful of it and slowing down and even like scratching the chocolate and smelling it, and like not just like throwing it in, but like biting a piece off and tasting it, and letting it melt in my mouth and stuff like that. Like, just be more mindful when you're eating them desserts, that you're not just trying every dessert just to try it and not even tasting them sometimes.
Yeah, picking something you really want to have and enjoying it, for what it is, the season, the moment with your family, and then the next day that time has passed, and then you can enjoy it the next holiday. But it doesn't need to be 5 days of pumpkin pie just because it's sitting there.
Yeah, and I used to be in a habit of, on the holidays, that seconds were just part of, and I don't know if it's the same for women, but it's like almost like part of being male at the holiday, right? Like, there's more for you guys. Like, hey, another, like another round for all the men. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah. Or like, grandma will come with the dish and just start scooping it on plates and being like, there's more. It's like, okay, well, that doesn't mean I need to eat it.
It doesn't mean I'm not full and I've had enough, right? And it almost becomes like a competition, and and like, just be more aware of, if you are full, you're full,
Yeah, just taking a step back and listening to your body, and not just trying to make yourself sick, which honestly, that's usually how I feel after Thanksgiving. I feel sick.
Yeah.
Because I just ate and ate and ate.
And if that's your day and you want to do that, and like that's part of it, that's part of the tradition, like just do it. Just don't make it 4 days.
Yeah. Well, the workouts we have this week leading up to Thanksgiving are making me hungry. I've been super excited for these. I love giving a workout a name for no reason, and this week is really fun. So
yeah, they look awesome.
Did you work out this morning?
No, my kids were coughing all night, so
good.
It was a case of getting through the night and just making sure they were okay, and they were fine this morning. But it was just one of them.
Right.
We're in that season.
You just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
Take it as it comes.
2 or 3 times a night. Me and Leah are in one bed, Lauren and me are in the other bed.
Oh, God. Well, this is what we have for Oxfit members this morning. They had.
Afternoon.
What is it?
I'll be doing it this afternoon.
There we go. Clean Plate Club, which kind of goes against what we were just talking about. But we've got an AMRAP, going to be using that plate for some overhead lunges. And then we've got some power cleans. And they're also going to be able to go and do a heavy set of 2 power clean, which is a great check-in because next week is retest week. We're going to go 1 rep maxes. Believe it or not. So that's another, maybe some motivation to not break your chains this weekend. Just because we're going to come in.
Motivator,
We're coming in hot on Monday with retest week. But Clean Plate Club today. What do we have tomorrow? Oh, nuts. Can you see this as I'm doing this?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get this back up. There we go. And tomorrow we've got lifting, stuffing, and dressing. We're going to be lifting some heavy thrusters from the rack.
Go back to the, have a look at the stream, because I'm only seeing the 1-5 stuff. There you go.
Got it?
Yep.
Cool. Lifting, stuffing, and dressing. So heavy thrusters. And then we've got some intervals with toes to bar and thrusters, and then some thrusters and burpees.
Go back up to lifting. Let me see lifting. Lifting.
You can't see lifting?
Yeah. Scroll up a little bit.
Can you see that now?
Yep. So we going lifting. 8 minutes to build to a 2 rep max thruster. Then toes to bar and thrusters.
Yep.
4 rounds.
Yep.
And then thrusters and burpees over the bar. 4 rounds. Yep.
And that'll do it.
Okay. Lifting. Stuffing.
Yep.
Dressing.
Dressing.
Let's go. I like it.
And then Wednesday, we've got to end with a little turkey trot.
Nice.
So we've got some running, bench press, bent over row with a partner. You can split it however you want.
Awesome. And then Thursday, 5K or half marathon.
Yes. Are you excited?
Yeah. My Achilles is feeling really good. We've been running. Yesterday we did a little hill session. So we ran to a hill on Atlanta Avenue. And then we did 20 minutes with 3 stations. So you went up to the first, jog back, sprint up to the second, light post, jog back, and then all the way to the top of the hill, jog back. That was one, and we did it for 20 minutes, and then we ran back to the coffee shop. So,
oh, nice.
Because there's some hills in most halves in Atlanta. So
yeah,
just
any race in Atlanta is going to be
looking up, leaning into that hill and getting up there. So it was good.
That's fun. Yeah, you guys look fun.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that I won't be here for the race.
Yep. But like you said, you're going to do something. You're going to get moving that morning. One other thing that, like a bonus tip for the week that I give to the men is to kind of intermittent fast a little bit. So most days, if you know you're going to be going somewhere to eat a lot of food, just skip breakfast. And sometimes people put on some good breakfasts, right, during the holidays, but the breakfast is nothing compared to what you're about to eat for lunch and dinner. So so just play with, when you wake up, you're going to feel hungry, but if you can just have like some coffee and just delay it a little bit, eventually that hunger kind of goes away, and then you'll be really hungry for lunch. And you know, so just a little bonus tip. Yeah,
absolutely. Intermittent fast.
Yeah, because I've been to a lot of holiday places where it's like breakfast, and then while you're eating breakfast, somebody's already asking you what you want for lunch, and then while you're eating lunch, someone's already asking you what you want for dinner. Maybe that day you only eat dinner, or maybe that day you only eat lunch, but you just really enjoy that lunch and you really enjoy that dinner. Because chances are there's enough calories in one of them meals for the whole day.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sorry, I interrupted you there. What were you saying?
Oh no, I said I've done it both ways. I've done the fast, and then another option I gave, which is what I'll be doing and what I gave to my clients, is to just be, you know, like I said, super diligent with your goals. So have a very like clean, protein focused breakfast and know that you're going to indulge later on. So don't make it, you know, because of the day that it is, breakfast, lunch, and dinner have to be this all out. You can still keep things the way you've been doing them, or maybe even more restrictive than you've been doing it, because you know that you have something coming up. But yeah, whether you're a person that responds well to fasting or not, you can definitely, you know, do something to switch it up.
Awesome. Cool. That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was awesome.
A lot of good tips there.
Good tips. I'm ready for...
If we don't see you in the gym this week, happy Thanksgiving, and very thankful for everybody that's a part of our community. We love you all, and we hope you have a safe and enjoyable holiday, but also don't let it destroy your goals.
Don't let it destroy your goals. Don't break those chains.
Don't break those chains.
All right, awesome. Well, happy